What does God look like? Who is God?
The Bible depicts him as a black man.
Can we be our own God? Like, are we all equally gods?
What do you mean, like men and women?
Huh?
What do you mean, like men and women equally gods?
No, I'm
Or
saying
what do you
like
mean?
everybody like is like carbonated beings. Like, is
Okay.
we all gods, like, and goddesses?
You look at black people in general, right? We're very good at everything we do. We dominate everything you put us in.
But thou art the holy people unto the Lord thy God.
So when you see us and we flourish in everything we do, because we're above, God created us to be above everybody. What's your name, sis? Isis. Say it again.
The purple a problem, that's a known fact, yeah. How we go hard on them, they like get up off us like
J-Lo? Okay, my name's Aaron. Now, what was your question?
I don't know. I had a couple questions. I was just trying to figure out like who is God, and like is we all equally gods and goddesses too? Like inside of us, we control everything that we do, right? Choose everything that we do. So, and we used to be real, like we still is real powerful. Like we got basically people who call like magic and stuff like that. But it's just been broken down. Like it's just been like we've been weakened,
Okay. No, I agree to an extent to what you're saying. Go to Psalms 82 real quick. So the question you asked is, you're saying who is God and are we God? So the question is, what's your name, bro?
Jaden.
Jaden?
Yes.
Okay. Sister asking, are we God? Are you talking about black people or all? Like, now you know they made the movie, y'all seen the series what's it called, with sickle cell? What's it called?
Super Cell.
And there's a reason why they made that. There's a reason why they made that movie. So read hold that, go to 376. Because when you look at black people in general, right, we're very good at everything we do. We dominate everything you put us in. Whether it be, if you put us in hockey, we would dominate hockey. Football, who runs football? Who dominates football? Y'all know? Y'all watch football, right? It's football team here, right? Who's the majority of people on the football team?
Black people.
Black people, right? What about basketball?
Black people.
If basketball is full of white folks, would you watch it?
No.
Would it be as popular?
No.
What about music?
Black people.
Black people? Well, anything that we put our hands in, we are the best at it, right? There's a reason for it. There's a reason for it. Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art the holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Now, we've been talking about, what have we been talking about since we've been up here? We've been talking about the nation of Israel. So when God is talking, his audience in the Bible, he's talking to the Israelites. Now, y'all familiar with the Israelites? Israelites are God's chosen people. You see the people on this sign? On the right hand, you have what God calls his people. On the left hand side, you have the names that America has given many of our people. So Haitians, they call them, God calls them Levi, Benjamin, West Indians or Jamaicans, Judah, American blacks. Our names have been changed, right? So God is speaking to the children of Israel right now. So read it from the top.
For thou art the holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God has chosen thee.
So he said the Israelites are a holy people. What does holy mean? If I say this is holy to me, what does that mean? Anybody know? That means set apart or separate. You know how they have holy water in church and things like that? It's set apart from the others, right? So holy means that this particular people are set apart from the others. Go ahead.
For the Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people.
So God even chose these people. He made all the people on the earth, right? We understand that God created everybody, right? Right? Out of all the nations, you have Chinese, you have Arab, you have Middle East, you have all these different people, right? So God said, out of all these people I created, I'm going to choose one people. Go ahead.
Unto himself, above all people.
So right here, is God saying that all people are equal? He's saying all people are equal here? Read it again.
Above all people.
Above, is that equal to anybody else?
No.
Yes, no. I want you to interact with me a little bit. So if I say that this is above another thing, I mean, that means it is better, right? So God said, I created the Israelites and I made them better than all people. So when you see us and we flourish in everything we do, because we're above, God created us to be above everybody. That's why we come out here. We teach about the dress code. We teach about the laws of God and all these different things because we understand that our people are better than all other nations. It's not to gloat or anything, but it's to show our people that you're better than what you've been moving at. All right, a lot of us.
We not equal.
Mama said she go to church, but she don't believe in all the Bible.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we'll keep reading. What's your name, sis?
Dominique.
Okay, go ahead.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
So he says we're above all people on the face of the earth. Now today, does it seem as if we're better than all people? Does it seem as if we're better than all people on this earth? Because God says we're above all people. Now when you look at us, we predominantly reside in the ghetto, in the hood, right? Is that perceived to be better than anybody else?
No.
No, but I feel like we are we royalty. We are kind of above, regardless of where we live at.
Right. So now that sounds good, and that may be true, right? But if we're above all people, why are we at the bottom of society? When it comes to voting, nobody cares about the black man vote, the black woman vote. When it comes to anything, politics, even the things that we want in our community. We go to vote for a senator, a governor, or whatever. Nobody takes our concerns seriously. So we're above all people. Why are we at the bottom?
Well, it's a lot. To me, it's a lot of people like us that are in different religions and they don't even vote.
I mean, okay, so you might have some people that don't vote. Those few votes, does that affect the rest of the concerns that we have? Because you look at Detroit in general, right? There's a lot of murders that take place, a lot of thefts, a lot of STDs, a lot of sicknesses, a lot of things that go on in the black community, right? So if we don't need those 1 or 2 votes to show that there's a problem in that community, right? It's evident to the point that people don't even come here. To the point that our insurance is high as hell for everything because of the community that we live in and the things that go on. So those things, so that particular thing as far as voting can't be the problem. You understand what I'm saying?
I think it's a point when everybody come together.
I agree.
And learn some things and maybe things to go different.
I agree with you. I agree.
I gotta go get your sister.
You gotta go?
Yeah, but we shall return.
So just check out the flyer. On the back of that flyer, we have a phone number, we have an address.
I was gonna say if we all, the reason why they keep us from knowing how powerful we is because if we knew how powerful we is, it wouldn't even be all of this. It would just.
You're right. I like this. What's your name again?
ISIS.
Okay. You got some understanding. That's good. That's good. Now, that's the point, is that they understand who we are. That's why they keep us the way they do. You see us we lead in sicknesses when it comes to high blood pressure, diabetes, heart failure. We lead in everything that's bad for us. We lead in it. Why is that? Look at our diet. What do we eat? We eat pork. We eat shrimp. We love the crab boils. We eat all these things and it kills us. On top of that, we do a lot of drugs. We do things that are not beneficial to our bodies. All the things that's set up is to make us weak. Now read Psalms 82 verse 6. Now let's answer your question as you guys go. Psalms 82 and 6. Because the sister said if we knew who we were, or if we knew how strong we were, we would be moving a lot different. Now us as a people, do we see how strong we are? No. Because of the way we act, because of the way we carry ourselves. That shows that we don't understand the power that we really have. So the God of this earth, he created us, right? Does he belong to everybody? Is God the God of all people? You say yes? Now you've been here for a minute.
I'm just listening.
He's just listening. You gotta have an opinion though.
I don't know.
Okay. That's all right. If you don't know, that's I can't stop. Read that.
Psalm chapter 82 and verse 6. I have said, ye are God.
So God is talking to the Israelites. He said, ye are God. Just like the sister said. Go ahead.
And all of you are children of the Most High.
So all the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, see on this sign? He said, we're all the children of the Most High. Go ahead.
But ye shall die like men.
He said, but you shall die like men. That's why you see us dying at an alarming rate today. We're murdering each other. We're dying off overdoses, off drugs. All these things are happening to our people. Why? Go to Amos 3. There's a reason why. So you're right when you say that we are gods. Yes, we don't trump God, but we are gods. We're created in his image. Right. But the issue is, he said, but you will die like men. Meaning we were never supposed to die in the first place. That was never supposed to happen. But because we disobeyed God, and we continue to disobey God, now we die.
But
You understand?
We don't really die. Just the body. Like,
We die.
but we don't die. Like, we don't die.
Here, I understand something. So, at some point in time, yeah, you may die. Your flesh dies. Your spirit goes back to the Father. But at some point, that spirit is not going back to the Father if you don't keep the commandments, if you don't change. Because there was a stipulation to us being His people. So what does cover that to say? Go ahead, read that.
Amos chapter 3 and verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord spoke against you, O children of Israel.
Now I want you to listen up. What's your name again? Your name? Yeah.
Jakari.
Jakari.
Read this.
What's your name again?
Jaden.
Jaden.
Jayla.
And Ice, right? Okay, so I want you to pay attention to the words that being used. Go ahead.
Against the whole family.
Now read from the top.
Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel.
Who is he talking about? Who? What did he say?
The children of Israel.
The children of Israel. Go ahead.
Against the whole family, which are brought up from the land of Egypt,
So who got brought up from the land of Egypt? Israel, right? Go ahead.
saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth.
So he said, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. What does that mean? Out of all the families of the earth, you only have I known. What that means is that out of all the people that he created 18 nations. Out of all the people he created, he said, I've only dealt with you. I've only made a covenant with you. Go ahead.
You only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you.
So he said, remember, he said that ye are gods, but ye shall die like men. Read that last part again.
Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities.
So God saved us from Egypt, right? He made a covenant with us. But he said, because of that, because I made a covenant with you, you should read the last part again. I forgot what it said.
Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities.
So because I made a covenant to deal with you only and no other nation, he's going to punish us. So imagine, if you have a child, do you have higher standards for that child than you do other people's children? Anybody have kids over here? You have kids?
No.
How you doing, sir? Let's see. You got kids? Kids? Brothers, sisters, little brothers, sisters? So your standard for your younger brother, your younger sister, for anybody in that nation, right? Is your standard for them higher than somebody that you don't know? Yeah, you expect more from them, right? You've taught them, you've groomed them, and things of that nature, right? So God is saying the same thing. I created you to be my people. And because of that, I gave you a standard. And if you don't keep it, I will punish you. Read.
Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities.
So God said, I'm going to punish you for all the sins that you commit. I told you what to do and what not to do. And if you don't listen, I'm going to punish you for the things that you were not supposed to be doing. Now, you look at us as a people, you may ask, why are we in the ghetto? Have you ever asked that question? Why is there weed dispensaries all up and down Detroit? You've been to Farmington Hills, Livonia?
Yeah.
Any of the suburbs in Michigan, in this area?
Yeah.
You from here?
Kinda.
Okay. So when you go there, do you see a bunch of weed dispensaries?
No.
You see a bunch of liquor stores open 24/7?
No.
You see trash everywhere?
No.
You see a bunch of women dressed out of order?
No.
You see a bunch of dudes on the corner selling drugs?
No.
You see a bunch of dudes at the gas and can I pump your gas for $5?
No.
You don't see that. Why? Why don't you see it?
It was set up that way.
It was set up that way. But it goes back. Go to Judas 5:20. You're on point. So it was set up that way. But God is saying, I'm going to punish you if you don't do what I told you to do. So that means that black people have to take a look and see what are we doing wrong? We got to be doing something wrong for us to continue to live like this, even from the time of the 60s, or even before that, the 30s, 40s, all the marching we did. We got put in slavery. We had to fight for our rights to be so-called equal, right? And then I'll say like this. We were in slavery for over 400 years, right? We got out of slavery in what year? Anybody know? They teach slavery in college? Still?
1865.
1860, yes, you're right. 1865, so-called slavery was abolished, right? Then they decided to give us some type of rights. We had Jim Crow, we had black codes. You heard of that before? Jim Crow and black codes. You had Jim Crow, you had black codes, right? And over time, you had MLK come in. You had Malcolm X trying to fight for us to have some type of. MLK was fighting for equality. Malcolm X was trying to get us to separate, right? So that's all the things that we tried to do at that point. But even after slavery, we still got oppressed. Even to today, is it any different? You say no, what do you say? It's not different. What about you? So that means that everything they did was kind of in vain to some extent. Now, because of them, we're able to come out here and have freedom of speech and teach and talk and things of that nature. We can vote, all them different things, right? But as a whole, nothing has changed. Y'all heard of Sonya Massey? Remember Sonya Massey from Illinois? Y'all watch the news? You're how old are you?
19.
19?
Same man.
19?
Wasn't that the woman who got shot by the top with water?
Yeah, you're right. That's it. I was 19. I say this. Y'all got to watch the news. Don't walk around. When I was 19, I did not watch the news. I never knew what was going on. I never knew what type of danger I could be in. Watch the news. Pay attention to what's... You don't got to watch every single thing, but know what's going on. Y'all got to know what's going on. So you know the condition of your people. So these are things that we see every day in the news. People getting shot down. You're pulled over by the police. You may have some fear of what may happen if you get pulled over. You understand what I'm saying? We all have that idea. Even when I get pulled over, I'm like, dang, what did I do? I might call my wife, yo, I got pulled over, so she knows what's going on. So we had that constant fear. Hold that real quick. Actually, no, read that. So all these things are happening. We got to sit there and we got to think, why do they only happen to us? That doesn't mean that Chinese people don't get pulled. They don't really get pulled. I'm not even going to say that. Chinese people, you don't see Chinese people get pulled over and shot by the police. White folks getting pulled over and shot by the police. You don't see drug deals happening and going wrong in the Chinese community or in Farmington in the white community. You don't see them things, right? That means that we are doing something wrong. That means that there's a standard that other nations have that we don't have. You get what I'm saying? We can do the same crime and they don't do the same time we do. You get what I'm saying? We could go and steal and we might get 4 years while a white child might go and steal. And what happens to him? Community service. He's a misguided youth. You got to look at the words that they use in the news. They might say thug for us. They might say criminal. They use all these derogatory terms, but when it comes to them, they go shoot up a school. And what do they call him? A misguided child. He's got mental issues. If we did that, we would be buried under the jail. You understand? There's a difference. Now read what I got you over.
Shoot it!
Now it's back to your point, what you said. It's all designed that way. Y'all, you grew up in Detroit?
Yeah.
You did? No, where did you grow up at? So, what you have, you know, first been to Detroit?
Yeah.
Shoot it! Chapter 5 and verse 20.
Uh-huh.
Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people.
Now, just so y'all understand what's happening here. So, remember, the Bible was written for the Israelites and by the Israelites, meaning black people wrote the Bible to other black people. Don't ever forget that. There was no white man that wrote this book. King James did not write this book. Our people, 12 tribes, are all the ones that recorded this book. It's a compilation of records. That's what the Bible is. So in this particular story, what you're seeing is that two other nations are speaking about us. Now read it.
And therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people.
So what he's saying, if there's any error in this, they're basically saying, back in that time, they would conquer other nations, just like America conquers other nations today. They were trying to find a way to come and conquer the Israelites. So they got the report. They're saying, this is the report that they're giving. Go ahead.
And they sin against their God.
So the report that they're getting about us is, if they are in sin and they sin against their God, meaning that the other nations understood that God was not everybody's God at one point in time. It's never changed. We've just been taught different. So God is not everybody's God, but our God. Understand? Go ahead.
Let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
So pay attention. It says, if they sin against their God, what did he say? What would happen if they sin against their God? What did it say? Y'all know?
They would be punished.
No, read it one more time. Okay, just listen close.
And they sin against their God. Let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
What did it say?
It shall be their ruin.
It shall be their ruin. What does that mean? It should be our ruin. What does that mean?
They'll face eternal damnation.
Not necessarily. Yes. So other nations understood that if we sin against our God, it would be our downfall. That's what they understood. Keep reading.
And let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
So they said if they're in sin against their God, we can go and overcome them. How do they overcome us? With drugs, with alcohol, with guns, with rap music, with immodest clothing, making our sisters think that it's okay to show their bodies, making our men think it's okay to go around and sleep with a bunch of women. You understand? That's how they set it up. So these things are set up on purpose. The gas stations on every corner, the liquor stores on every corner, the weed dispensaries on all four corners, even the churches. There's churches on every single corner. But we're some of the most unholy people. How does that make sense? That don't make no sense. Y'all go to church? So you got a cross, you go to church? So how is it that we have a church on every corner? We are the most ungodly people that you could think of. Any evil you can think of, we do it. How is that?
I say, like, we're still surrounded by the drugs, by the violence, so it's still, like, despite us going to the church, it's still easier to fall back into the sin.
So it's easier to fall back in sin if you go to church.
No, because of what we're surrounded by. Like, by the church, it's still the drugs and the gas stations.
So do you think that the churches are telling the community around them that they must stop doing what they're doing? That they must stop sinning?
I say yeah.
So yeah?
This one question, do you think it has to do with the fact that we're most likely to have a high poverty rate too?
Right. There's a reason why we have high poverty. Remember we read it earlier.
So,
remember God said
it would be our downfall.
yes. See what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's been finish it. No, that's true. All right, finish this first and we'll go. I'm gonna answer your question.
Verse 21.
What's up?
But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord not pass by. Let their Lord defend them.
And so he says, if we are not in sin, he says, let their Lord defend them. Who's our Lord? Who's our Lord? Right. So what the other nation understood was, if they are right with their God, that means that he's going to defend them. Is God defending us right now? Are we being defended as a people?
Not really.
Not really? Why you say that?
I say I still feel blessed by God, but in a general sense, we still like suffer from being more likely to get pulled over.
What do you say? Are we being defended by God right now?
I don't know. I don't think so, no.
Are we being defended by God?
I'd say,
Gotta be. It's God. It can't be in the middle. God is very straightforward. God defending you is not. Right? Now, when you look at Arcadia as a whole, see the drug dealing, see the poverty, the lack of understanding, lack of literacy, all these different things, right? That's not God defending us. Remember, he said that because you don't listen, I made you my people, and if you don't listen, I'm going to punish you. What you're seeing now, or what you see here, right here, this is God's punishment. You think this is God defending us?
No.
Millions, hundreds of millions of our people got brought on slave ships to this land. Because, we're talking about today, but you guys still take it back in history. Y'all all know about slavery? Yeah. Right? Y'all they still teach that? They still teach slavery?
Yeah.
Not so much? You got to think about it. Why don't they teach these things? They don't want you to understand who did it and who the people that got enslaved are. Leviticus 26:17. Yeah, get that. So, what you see is our people that's not being defended because of the disobedience. This is not the defense of God. You guys understand that God allowed this to happen? You understand that? Do y'all believe that? Or y'all think it's just by coincidence? Or you say Satan did it? What do y'all say? You say this is the hand of Satan or this is the hand of God? Slavery.
I would say definitely the hand of Satan.
Say the hand of Satan. What about you?
Same thing.
Say
good overall.
Okay, let's see. So is slavery the works of Satan or slavery the works of God? Now you may say, well, nothing evil can be done by the hand of God. A lot of people say that. What? A lot of our people don't understand the Bible for real. So read what we got. What I got you? Leviticus 26. Leviticus 26 for 17. Yeah, go ahead.
Leviticus chapter 26 and verse 17. Go ahead. And I will set my face against you, and ye shall be slain before your enemies.
So God said, because you didn't keep my commandment, he said, I will set my face against you, and you'll be slain by your enemies. What nation of people are being killed by their enemies? Or being killed by another nation?
Okay.
Remember we talked about it earlier. Do we have enemies, right? What example did the brother give you? He talked about slavery happening. The people that put us in slavery, right? Would those be considered our friends or our enemies?
Enemies.
The people that set up shop in our communities with the China ones. Y'all know about China One? The Chinese restaurants?
Yeah.
The Arab restaurants, the hair salons, the laundromats, the beauty supplies. These people set up shop. Do they give the money that they make back to the community? No. Is that your friend or is that your enemy? That's your enemy. Because they're teaching you, y'all sisters, it's okay to have another person, another human's hair on your head. That makes no sense. They teach you that the standard of beauty is not how you were created by God. That's hatred. These other nations are not your friends. So God says your enemies, read it again.
And I will set my face against you, and ye shall be slain before your enemies.
So we identify a little bit who our enemies are, but he said also you'll be slain by your enemies. Our enemies killed us in the 1600s, the 1700s. They lynched us in the 1900s. You understand? Go ahead.
They that hate you shall reign.
Hold on. Is there anybody that hates black people? Is there any nations that hate us?
I say just about every nation.
All right. You said?
Say a few.
Few of them. You say a few. Name some.
I don't know about many, but I just know that there's quite a few.
These things, right?
Like a lot, yeah.
Bro, okay. These things happen to his people.
Yeah.
Just watching
Chinese.
we
Yeah.
get those persons.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about it. They may smile at you. They may even march with you. Black Lives Matter. Put the fist up. They may do that. But deep down, they don't give a damn about you. Because after you did all those marches, what did you do to bring back to our communities? How did you bring us back to understanding who we are as a people? What resources did you provide back to us? Nothing. So God says we have enemies. Keep reading.
And they that hate you shall reign over you.
So he said, those people that hate you shall reign over you. What does that mean?
Like that.
To rule over you. Yes, to have dominion. So what nation of people rule over us today? Deuteronomy 28. What nation is on top right now? Caucasians, right? Back in Africa. In Africa, what people rule over the Africans?
I can't stop. I'm sorry.
In Africa, who rules over those people? Europeans, Arabs, all people that rule over. He said the nations will reign over you. That's what's going to happen to our people. So we always stay in a subservient position. So, for example, do y'all vote? Can y'all vote? Are y'all the age of voting? Okay, so y'all can vote. So the votes that y'all put in, do they actually have a benefit to the community?
No.
No, because the people that hate you reign over you. Why would they want to listen and take any type of suggestion from the same people that they put in that position? They put you in the projects. You ever wonder why it's called projects? It's called that for a reason. They did an experiment with rats. They put them in enclosed space, and over time they start putting different types of influences in there to see what was going to happen. Those rats started to eat each other. They started to kill each other. They started to mate out of control. That sound familiar?
Yeah.
Same thing happened when they put us in the projects, right? That's why they give us single parent. They give us Section 8. They give us food stamps, WIC. All these things keep us coming after them for all of our resources. Now read 28 and verse 48. So what we try to teach our people is our condition is in the Bible. We wonder why we're going through the things we're going through, but God has always had the answer right on our coffee table, on our dashboard, in our drawer. The answer's always been there. Go ahead.
Hey, what's like that, bro? Bro, you ain't subscribed yet? Look at this guy, man. You ain't right, man. Press the button. Press the button.
28 and verse 48.
Uh-huh.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemy.
So remember, why did God punish us?
Because of the amount of sin we
You agree?
committed.
Yeah.
So because of sin, God punished us. Now let's see one of the other punishments that we have. Go ahead.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemy.
So God said, because you didn't listen, you'll have to serve your enemies. We already identified enemies, right? Over a long period of time, we had to serve other nations. Go ahead.
Which the Lord shall send against thee.
So remember, we said, is slavery the hand of God or the hand of Satan? Right? So he said, read it again.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemy, which the Lord shall send against thee.
So remember, we said one of the nations that put us in slavery was who? Europeans. Who else put us in slavery? Do y'all know? Arabs. Remember the Great Wall of China? How do you think that got built? We built that.
Didn't we also start too that we sold off?
That's a myth. That's a myth. The Africans put us in slavery. We not Africans. But we got a lot of stuff we can talk about. But let's continue, okay? Go ahead.
Which the Lord shall send against thee.
So this is the point. God sent the so-called white man. He sent that man to put us in slavery. He didn't have no bright idea and say, let me go get them. God put it in their spirit to go do it, to punish us. Go ahead.
And hunger.
So we'd have to serve our enemies for food. You got the Beyond Juicery. Is that owned by us?
No.
What about Coney Island? Black folks go to Coney Island all day, every day. But do we own it?
No.
Jewish people that own that. What about Insomnia Cookies? We own that?
No.
What about KFC? We love chicken. KFC. Popeyes.
No.
Cracker Barrel.
No.
Definitely not Cracker Barrel. We don't own none of this stuff.
Right.
So in hunger, even the WIC in the food stamps we get, even the WIC in the food stamps that we get, is given to us by who? The government, which is ran by who?
Europeans.
God sent these people against us. Keep going.
And in thirst.
If it's hot out here today, right? You want something to drink. Who you going to? You going to somebody look like me? He might be behind the counter, but who's getting all the money? It could be somebody else. It don't look like us. It might be a Chaldean. It might be an Arab. It might be a Chinese man. It might be a white man. It might be an Indian. It's not going to be us. When I pay my water bill, y'all pay bills yet?
No.
Y'all parents pay bills, I'm sure, right? They're not paying to somebody look like me.
Right.
DTE's not getting paid to Tyrone. It's not getting paid to Jamal. It's getting paid to who? Billy. Nathan. It's getting paid to them. Go ahead.
And in nakedness.
The clothes y'all got on right now. On the back of that tag. What's it say? Made in China. What else? Made in Taiwan. Made in anywhere else, right? Now, if we were the ones that produced these clothing, what would it say? Nah, that don't make sense. That don't make sense. As a nation of people, African Americans, Hispanics, Native Indians, we are all the same people. So if we created any type of brand and made the textiles and everything, the wool, the cotton, the silk, what are we going to put on that tag? Made in the east side of Detroit, 7 Mile, 8 Mile. We gonna put that on the tag?
No.
What homeland we gonna put on there? Because everybody puts their homeland on the tag. So what are we putting there? So that opens up a whole nother can of worms. Do we have a homeland? Where the hell we come from? If that's the case, right? But keep reading.
And in what of all things.
So he says not only food, water, and clothing, but in the wants of everything. You guys are college students, right?
Yes.
To receive this education, or to be educated in whatever you're going to school for. What are you going to school for?
Computer science.
Computer science. Law. Environmental science. Okay. So for you guys to go and do these things, somebody has to teach you. When you get an education, somebody has to teach you. What nation of people makes that curriculum? European. When I was growing up in school, they have the U.S. history, right? And they taught us about our slavery. But they left a lot of stuff out. So God says in want of all things. If I want an education, if I want to know where I come from, who told you you came from Africa? From school. And I'm not disagreeing with that point. My point is that who told you that? They had to tell you that. They had to tell you what your ancestry was, where you came from. Even to learn about God. You go to church, right? Sis, you go to church? And I'm assuming the sister here as well. How y'all doing today? What's your name? We're brothers and sisters. Don't be afraid.
They said Jesus Christ, the scripture is in the Bible as a white man.
It goes right along with what we're talking about. So I want to read. We're talking about why black people are in the condition they're in today, and why these things are going on. But also we talked about slavery. Is slavery the act of Satan or the act of God? What do y'all say? Say Satan? What about you, sis?
I just go with Satan.
You go for Satan? Okay, read this again.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 48.
Uh-huh.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
So when you read the Bible, God has punished the Israelites for the things that they've done against him, meaning they broke his commandments. Go ahead.
Which the Lord shall send against thee.
So God said that he would send enemies against the Israelites because they broke the commandments. Go ahead.
In hundreds.
So for food, when you go to any of these shops to get food, do you go to get it from your own people? Do they own those shops? You say no, sis? Can I get some names? Can I get some names? What's your names?
Just continue what you say.
Just trying to talk to y'all. Go ahead.
And in thirst, and in nakedness,
Go ahead.
and in want of all things.
So if you want to learn even about the image that they talked about, if I want to learn about Christ, who do I have to go to? The church. Who sets up the church? Who allowed them documents to be signed for you to place a church right here on 7 Mile and Evergreen, or on, I don't know what street this is, but whatever block you set it up on? Who has to sign that documentation to allow you to build there, to put a church there? Has to be the government, right? Caucasians, white people, right? Now, for you to become a pastor in these churches, what has to happen?
Theology.
Yeah. So I got theology. You got to go to theology, right? And you have to teach. For you to get that license, you have to teach the doctrine that they tell you to. It has to match. If it doesn't match, they won't allow you to get your license. They also won't allow you to get certain exemptions because of that, right? So when it comes to learning about Christ or learning about God or what he wants from us, we have to go to another nation of people that did this to us. Another nation of people that did this to us. How can we trust a nation that enslaved us for hundreds of years to teach us what it means to be godly? Hanging a man on a rope, is that godly? Ripping a baby out of a pregnant woman's stomach, is that godly? Raping somebody's wife, is that godly? No. Shooting a man and stepping on his neck after a traffic stop, is that godly?
No.
Coming to a woman's house for a wellness check and shooting her in her kitchen, is that godly?
No.
So we see that they have a reputation of not being godly.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation